Welcome to i-tutor Academy. In today's session, we will start with the Unit 2 of Mmpc 009, that is product selection and process selection. Okay. So objectives of this unit are: there is appreciate product selection as one of key strategic decisions of any organization, learn the concept of productability and its effect on product selection, identify the various stages involved in the product selection process and have a brief idea of the new product morality curve, and know the issue involved in screening in a new product idea, identify the trade-offs involved in product design, understand the impact of product design on process design, identify the various trade-offs involved in process and selection, and know the issues involved in the general transformation process selection procedure, and learn the four forms of transformation process, their characteristics, advantages and disadvantages, know about the new technologies that are applicable to the transformation process, understand the concept of process life cycle, learn the use of break-even analysis in choosing the least cost process, and appreciate the need to maintain focus in all product operation. And these are the objectives of this unit. Structure is: there is an introduction to product selection process, and selection of the product, product development, product design, introduction to process selection, forms of transformation process, the project form, intermittent flow process, continuous flow process and processing industries, selection of the process, summary and keyword section, and self-assessment exercise also there, further reading sections also there. Okay, so let's begin with the introduction to product selection. So what is product selection? It is a strategic decision consisting of what product is to be produced, in what form, what features and what number, whereas process selection decide about the quality and quantity of the manpower, capital requirement and the choice of process used for the production. So we have looked at operation as the process of converting input into output and thereby adding value to some entity. The concept of value addition is very important for effective management of the operation function. And although the conversion takes place inside the organization, the addition of value occurs only when it is perceived to have been done so by the customers of the product or service in the marketplace. This concept changes the orientation of an operation manager from totally inward looking to one who is alert to the need of the customers. As we go on to discuss the strategic decisions in operation management in the next couple of units, this issue will come up again and again, and it is not out of place to remind ourselves once more that it is not enough to produce a product or service, but it has to be produced so that there is an added value as perceived by the market. And so all output of an organization are services, and in this unit we would take a deeper look at output selection. And this, although we have titled the unit as production selection, we would like to pursue it as output selection, keeping in view that the service nature of any organization that we presented above and in what follow. And the term product is thus used in its generic sense and is meant to include services. Okay, and next is strategic decision. So product selection is a strategic decision, and for any organization, and such decisions are long-term decision, and the organization commits itself to the product or product selected for a long time to come. And what product to produce in what form and with what feature is very important, because many other decisions, for example the technology used, the capacity of the productive system, the location of the product facilities, like that. Okay. And product selection is a strategic decision, thereby involves other functional areas like marketing, research and development, and as well also the top management theory. The operation management function provides vital input regarding the production of the product or service in this decision making. Productability, producibility. The product selection process is a highly integrative process. So this the product function, cost, quality and reliability are some of the input to this decision. The producibility of a product or service measures the ease and the speed with which the output can be produced. The specialized equipment, specialized skill and specialized toolings facilitate in switching production from one product to another, etc., and are thus important factors to assess product producibility. It is also important to look at the complete range of products produced, because a new product may either use the capacity of processes, sub-processes already established, or may require the establishment of capacity of some process, sub-process. A family of a similar product is much simpler to produce than a family of dissimilar products. Next subsection is product selection process. Okay, how we select a product. Product selection is an ongoing process in any organization. So in fact, as the environment changes, a new technology is developed, and as new tastes are formed, the product should benefit from these developments. Otherwise, what is perceived to have added value today may not be perceived as such tomorrow. Okay, so product selection stages are here. Output possibilities are generated from many sources. From the field itself through market research, this can take the form of consumer survey, dealer survey and opinion polls, etc. And from research laboratories, this can be due to the breakthrough achieved by pure research or applied research in developing new knowledge. And from conscious and formalized attempt to generate new ideas for product or services. These ideas can be generated by using techniques like brainstorming, panel discussion, and scenario building and technology forecasting, etc. So here is one stages of bringing a new output to market. Please refer this chart or figure. So there is pure research is there, applied research is there, idea generation, that is about research meaning, screening, economic analysis, there is selection, and next is development. Output development is there, process development is there, design and testing, that is design stage. Okay, the output idea thus generate are then screened, where their match with the corporate objectives and policies is studied, and their market viability is established. No smooth sequence. Although figure 1 depicts product selection as a sequential process where one stage follows another. So in reality, the process may not be so smooth as shown. Okay, this economic analysis may have to be done after output development if reliable cost estimates are not available at the earliest stage. Similarly, new product features may be added at any of the above stages, thereby initiating a whole new cycle. Like that. New idea morality curve. What is that? The previous section highlighted the fact that an output possibility has to cross several hurdles before it enters the market as a commercial product or service. The new idea morality curve presents the same in graphical manner. And figure 2 shows the morality curve for a hypothetical group of 50 chemical product ideas. So figure 2 is here, the new idea morality curve from research to commercialization for the chemical products. So this is the curve. Okay, so please refer this, you will get more idea. The curve also shows that the converting product idea into marketable product is slow process. Okay, so next is cost new product ideas, cost of new product idea. The new idea morality curve also point to another fact by implication. The cost of pursuing different new product idea till their abandonment is also to be borne by the few successful products. This significantly increases the cost of new product development and justifies the rationale of collaborative research. The research and development for a product is carried out at one place, and later on the knowledge gained is made available to the collaborating organization, which are then free to make independent product development of their own. And a similar concept holds for our industrial research institutions in the government sector. Next is selection of the product. At the research stage, the priority should be generation of new ideas. So in fact, it is better not to start the screening process till a reasonable opportunity has been provided to generate all new ideas. So this is because different thought processes are required for generation of new ideas and for a rational analysis of the same. And consideration of one new idea may generate a better idea, whereas an evaluative analysis introduced early in the process may hamper the creative process of idea generation. Some techniques of idea generation, for example, brainstorming, explicitly prohibited any analysis or criticism of suggested ideas at the idea generation stage. Once a number of potential new product or service idea have been generated, the process of screening them to evaluate and select the best idea is set in motion. Next is screening. The new product or service idea is assessed to establish its market viability as well as to find out or if it is in the larger corporate interest of the organization and to add this new product or service to the current output of the organization. A product or service has to have sufficient demand or else it may not make much sense to produce it at all. And of course, what is considered sufficient by one organization may be considered to be grossly insufficient by another. Also, the demand for a product or service is dynamic, and although the current demand for a product or service may be assessed to be low, an organization may still decide to retain the new output idea for further analysis if it assesses that the demand will grow in future. And each organization has some corporate strength and weakness. New product or service idea should capitalize on the strength and should attempt to reduce the weakness to the extent possible. Okay. So in product selection, many organizations try to get synergistic result by exploiting one or more of the following four factors. One is familiarity with the similar product or services, familiarity with the same or similar production or transformation process to produce the product, familiarity with the same or similar market or market segments, and familiarity with the same or similar distribution channels. Okay. So this it is perhaps natural for famed manufacturing ceiling fans to include heat converters in its product list, and wherein it can benefit from its familiarity with a similar production process, similar market segments, and even the same distribution channel. On top of it, it can also reduce its weakness of having a highly seasonal capacity utilization. Okay, so please read this section. And economic analysis and economic viability of a new product or service idea ties up most of the concept that we have talked so far in quantitative term to the extent possible. And what this means is that the economic value of the returns must exceed the economic value of the cost incurred to produce the output. Okay. And non-profit organization, that is for non-profit there may not be cash inflow at all, or else cash inflow may occur at externally fixed prices. For such organization, economic analysis generally means a cost benefit analysis, which is similar to the cash flow analysis mentioned earlier, but now the net present value of all benefit less that of all cost is used as an indicator of economic viability. The benefit imply an additional of real resources to the society as a whole, whereas the cost imply using a real resource as a result of implementation of the new product or service idea. Next is product development. Product development concern itself with the modification or extensions provided to idea so as to improve the functioning, the cost, the value for money of the product. And product development is the work contributing towards improvement in the existing knowledge by way of improved idea system and techniques, etc. So development efforts, and figure 3 chart the development effort over time for a typical product. The figure also show the effort made for research to show the relative magnitude of effort as well as the timing of the two. Okay, so please refer this figure. Figure 3, the development effort through the product life cycle. Well, we know what is product life cycle. There is initial stage, introduction stage, right, and then growth stage is there, maturity stage is there, then there is decline stage. Through that there is a development effort to the product life cycle. Okay, so please refer this, you will get more idea. Okay, next is product design. Product design is defined as visible and tangible expression of an idea. At the design stage, detailed specifications are provided so that the manufacturer can produce what has been designed. This means not only providing dimensional specifications, but even specification regarding capacity, horsepower, speed and color, etc. are laid down. The task of manufacturing is to convert the design into physical entities. So product variety, there are two distinctly different priorities that can affect the design of the product or a service. The higher the standardization, the greater will be the ease in producing. On the other hand, customers have different needs, and by adding variety, one can satisfy more customers. And standardization attempt reduction in variety and better use of productive facilities, thereby achieving lower unit cost. And standardization is a very useful concept, but production needs have been given the highlight priority in the scheme of things. This may be very good approach to product design as long as cost is the primary basis of competition. Otherwise, one can design a product to suit the diverse need and taste of the customer. All watches are meant to display the right time, but still a company like Titan has hundreds of models of watches with different movement and dial shape, size and other features. Okay, structuring of options. Options provide variety to product, increasing its attractive to the spectrum of users while retaining operation as simple as possible. We can see options products everywhere, from computer and office furnitures to automobiles and machine tools. CAD or CAM. A part can be computer design, computer aided design, and fabrication instruction can be generated by computer aided manufacturing. This has the advantage that the manufacturing equipment is not tied up for long period during setting up time, and practically all the preparation time is in the programming, where detailed instructions regarding the physical tasks to be performed and the sequence in which these have to be performed are written into program, which can be read and executed by a computer having the machine tool or any other manufacturing equipment under its control. Design characteristics and trade-offs. By now it should be quite clear that there are many product features which can be affected by product design. In fact, operations management normally has a major role to play while final product characteristics are set. The key element to be considered in product design are function, cost, quality and reliability, right. And the other element which are also important in product design, perhaps to a lesser degree, are appearance, environmental impact, and product safety, productivity, maintainability, timing and accessibility. These are also important for the design. The impact of product innovation process, innovation on process innovation. The design of a product or service has very close linkage with the design of the process required to produce it. In some cases, the product design itself becomes feasible only because of the technological innovations. Throughout the product life cycle, the process of product development goes on, and we have looked into this aspect. So section 2.4, it has been found that similar innovation take place. So here is one figure, please refer this. Okay, this is a product and process innovation in the life cycle for the typical product. Please refer this. Okay. So the product or service has reached maturity and saturation by the third stage, and the innovation are stimulated primarily by cost consideration. So the productive process become highly integrated, and the product focused operation try to achieve economies of scale by having integrated plant of large capacities. So this is about today's session, and next subsession we will discuss on next videos. Please read this parallel your Ignou study materials with this video, then it will more clear. In between any doubt, you can contact us anytime, and for more MBA videos you just do like, share and subscribe our channel. Thank you so much.
i-tutor Academy presents Ignou Mba complete syllabus coverage classes for individual students, semester-wise subject with online and flexible timing. For more details, contact on +916 238 217 885.